Good afternoon. New drone video here showing the site of what the FBI said was an assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump.
The motive of that 20-year-old suspect still remains a mystery 2 days later. We have team coverage this afternoon with the very latest.
Deanie Wimmerfield anchoring from the Hinckley Institute of Politics tonight at the University of Utah. News specialist Brianna Chavez following the latest at the Republican National Convention.
We begin with Deanie. And Deanie, what's going on up there at the U?
Well, this has obviously been a topic of conversation here at the Hinckley Institute of Politics, and we'll interview leaders here in just a second. But the events of Saturday have weighed heavily all across the country, and especially as the Republican National Convention gets underway this week in Wisconsin. There are 2,000 delegates, many of them from Utah, as the Republican Convention gets underway there in Milwaukee. And Brianna Chavez spoke with some of them who are representing all 50 states, but she talked to some of them involved with Utah, and they have some reaction about the attempted assassination. Brianna?
Yeah, Deanie, there are 40 delegates and 37 alternates from Utah that are representing the state, as you mentioned. The few that I spoke to say that after seeing what took place on Saturday, they felt an even bigger sense of responsibility and felt a motivation to participate in the convention that kicked off today. Now, some delegates are participating for the first time this year. Others have been to conventions in the past, including Don Guyman. He's from Davis County. He tells me he participated in 2008 and in 2020. He says watching Trump get shot on Saturday was concerning, and the responsibility for becoming a delegate sunk in with the thought of potentially having to pick a new nominee just days before the convention.
That was a scary process, and the weight of the responsibility they have as delegates really weighed upon me at that time. But thank heavens President Trump was okay, and we look forward to hearing from him.
And I asked John if there are any safety concerns as the convention kicked off and is underway. He says that he feels very safe, adding that he's noticed dozens of law enforcement agencies who began working yesterday, way before the convention even started. I also spoke to another delegate. He's from Eagle Mountain. He tells me, though, that his family was a bit concerned for his safety after seeing what happened to President Trump. We'll hear from him coming up tonight at 5. Deanie?
All right, Brianna, this will no doubt be a topic of conversation among Utah's delegates and those representing the country. Thank you. 2 FBI agents were...
Coming up next on Live at 5.
Dozens of Utahns are representing the state at the Republican National Convention. The sense of responsibility they're feeling after the attempted assassination of President Trump.
The vegetation... We have team coverage of the aftermath of Saturday's political violence and a look at how the country can now move forward.
Deanie Wimmer anchoring our team coverage tonight, joined by Brianna Chavez and Andrew Adams. And Deanie, what is happening tonight at the Republican National Convention?
Since 2023. There are 40 Utah delegates and 37 alternates in Milwaukee at the Republican National Convention. News specialist Brianna Chavez spoke with some of them, and she joins us live now. Brianna, do any of them feel a sense of security concern?
Well, Deanie, not really. I spoke to several of them. They told me that the shooting that happened on Saturday motivated them even more to want to go to Milwaukee and participate at the convention. Some delegates have been there in the past or been to conventions in the past, and for some others, it's their first time, including George Wright. He's from Eagle Mountain. He says that he heard about the shooting Saturday from his son just as he was getting ready to fly out to Wisconsin. He said that his wife was concerned for his safety, but once he arrived, he says he saw multiple aspects of security, like the Secret Service and law enforcement from all over the country working to make the event safe.
They have multiple checkpoints. There's fencers perimeter. We have drones in the sky. We have we've seen some snipers on the roof, counter snipers, I should say. So no, I think everyone's feeling very, very safe. All security checkpoints have just multiple redundancies.
And George says that seeing Trump get shot felt like an attack on our country and would have felt the same had it happened to any other president. Again, this is his first time at a Republican National Convention. He's still kind of unsure about what to expect while he's there over the next several days, but he says that the shooting made it very clear to him the responsibility that he has as a delegate, and he really just wanted to do the right thing. Deanie?
And we've heard that sense of response.